Hello everybody, my name is ClawZ and this is my first video on this channel. As you can probably tell by the name, my intention is to create a channel which main focus is horror games, movies, TV shows and maybe even books. Even though I might have some problems with movies and TV shows due to copyright, but that's a topic for another time. For my first video, I choose to talk about my love for Silent Hill 2 and tell you why you should all play it, no matter the time, no matter the platform.
In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said, Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
This was the intro for Silent Hill 2, a survival horror game developed by Team Silent in 2001 for the PlayStation 2. It is one of my favorite, if not the best, horror game I've ever played. Was it because of its atmosphere? Its sound? Was it its story? In this video, I will tell you why you should all try Silent Hill 2, ignoring its flaws and rather praising where it succeeds. I actually played the game on PC, which is also possible today. It requires some tweaking, but it works well enough that I was able to complete the game twice, which is a lot, considering even finishing a game once is quite challenging for me. So how did Silent Hill 2 hold me its entire gameplay time? Well, how can you make a horror game work? What do you need to do? Do you need to do a flawed, scared protagonist, unfamiliar setting and enemies that just look out of place? Place a convoluted story and an amazing soundtrack on top of it and what you've got is a nigh perfect horror game. Silent Hill 2 does exactly all of that. It is said that the greatest fear is the fear of the unknown. Upon James Sunderland, our protagonist, sees Silent Hill, it's a very interesting combination of the known and the unknown. He knows the town exists. He's been there long ago, but he knows something is off. James is just as confused yet excited to enter Silent Hill as the player. Upon entering, James encounters some people who all look even more lost and desperate than James is. Even though this woman claims James is lost, the real lost one seems to be her.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
I
Oh,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah. I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay,
It's...
I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone.
Who is it?
Someone very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your
No,
problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
You see, James is a polite guy and is willing to help. However, he himself is someone with some serious mental problems. Without spoiling the game too much, James sometimes acts suicidal and is in deep grief and depression since his wife became terminally ill. He didn't know how to deal with this problem. However, when he received the letter, he didn't hesitate. Didn't think about it being a prank. It must have been real, right? Why would your dead wife write you a letter 3 years after her death? Well, that's what brings up James's curiosity and his drive to do anything in order to find Mary. That's what drives the player to fight through the horrors of Silent Hill. It's the purpose. If you still remember, when I said what makes a great horror monster, I said it must be something that's just out of place. It's odd. All you need to do is create something that's out of place. Like the Keeper from Evil Within, with the safe on his head. Or the horribly disfigured necromorphs in Dead Space. You can also create a horrifying backstory for them to make them even more scary, like Simone from Nier Automata, with her desire to look perfect and going even as far as doing cannibalism. Silent Hill 2 does both of these factors amazingly. Most, if not all, of Silent Hill 2's enemies have symbolism. They represent James's greatest fears, or desires, but disfiguring them and showing them in a way that's not entirely pleasant for either James or the player. Silent Hill reflects James's fears back on him. It wants to show him something, what he really is. If you've ever heard about Silent Hill, you've most likely also heard at least this tune. Yes, the music that surrounds Silent Hill has really become a classic by now, and if you've never heard some of it, you can call yourself a horror game fan. You see, Silent Hill 2 is a psychological horror game. It doesn't rely on jump scares. It wants to scare the player with its environment, its sounds, music, the whole atmosphere and lore behind it. The more you dive into it, the more you'll be scared and start questioning what these enemies really are. Why is this terrifying pyramid head thing chasing me? It all has its purpose in the game. It hasn't been just thrown in to scare you. It was thrown in to complete a big puzzle, the puzzle that is James's story. If we would also look at Silent Hill 2 from a technical perspective, well, yes, the game is from 2001. It was released for PlayStation 2. It looks really dated and controls are really awkward for today's players. But controls shouldn't really be your main reason to not experience one of the greatest games in its genre. As for the graphics, in my opinion it is part of the game's atmosphere. It just looks a tiny bit scarier and original to me with these not so detailed textures and this gritty, metallic vibe it's going for. Look at Lost in Vivo, for example, the new indie game. It goes for the exact same look and just it looks original to me. It looks scarier just because it's using a low texture, low detailed environment that's trying to imitate Silent Hill. All in all, if you want to get into horror games, I think Silent Hill 2 is probably your best bet if you don't mind awkward controls and maybe some dated graphics that do give the game some atmosphere, as I said before. Alright guys, that was the first video on this channel. I hope you liked it. I would like for you to leave me feedback on what did you think about the editing, maybe the narration, maybe even like the structure of it, the format. I need all the feedback. Give me all the feedback. I would like to grow this channel with you. I want to make a channel that's based around horror and we can all talk about it. I would plan some gameplays, commentaries like this one for future, and maybe some Q&As would be also nice, like you guys ask me questions in the comments, and also maybe my like opinions on horror games, maybe movies, and we can talk about it. I would really like to grow this channel this way. It would be really entertaining, I think, for me and for you. So guys, leave me feedback and yeah, have fun, and I would see you in the next commentary.